Today's video is brought to us by Sonoran Desert Institute. If you're like most gun owners who like to repair and upgrade your own firearms, well, why not take that passion and turn it into a career? SDI is a distance learning institute, and all of the materials and tools are shipped directly to your door. They have classes on ballistics, gunsmithing, armorers courses, and even drone classes. You can get your certificate or your degree and take that step now. Check out the link down below and in the pinned comment, sdi.edu. And thank you to the Sonoran Desert Institute for making today's video possible.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. And today we have a sign of victory that goes beyond what you see on the surface. And there's actually something at play. And what I'm talking about here is the bump stock case, Cargill v. Garland. The United States, the Department of Justice, had until Monday last week to file their appeal to the United States Supreme Court. If you haven't been following along, let's give you a quick catch-up here. Donald Trump decided to use his Department of Justice and his ATF to ban bump stocks via an administrative fiat, the same thing that Joe Biden's been doing. And it was fought. Mr. Cargill owns a shop in Texas, and he filed his lawsuit, and he ultimately has won because the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals struck down the ban from the ATF, remanded it back to the U.S. District Court level. So the Department of Justice, the next step is you appeal to the next highest court, typically, right? And they've missed or failed or decided not to file their appeal to the United States Supreme Court last Monday. Now, they do have options still because it was remanded. They can file back with the trial courts to try to reinstate the ban. However, the bigger thing at play here is what's not seen on the surface. What do I mean? Well, they decided not to appeal to the higher court. And as a result, bump stocks are back on shelves right now in the 3 states that are covered by this case. That's in Mississippi, Texas, and Louisiana. They're for sale again. Now, for how long? We'll have to wait and see. But this is a Fifth Circuit case, so the Fifth Circuit the ban has been struck down. And it's interesting because had they gone, the Department of Justice, had they appealed to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court struck it down because Bruin is a thing and that ATF bump stock ban violates all of the things, it would get struck down. My belief is it would more than likely get struck down nationally. And Joe Biden or the DOJ don't want to take that hit. They don't want to set that federal precedent, because everything else that is making their way up to the Supreme Court would be struck down based off of that as well. And that's the Chevron deference issue. You've heard me talk about this case numerous times, the Cargill case. And Chevron deference, just a quick street version of it, is if there is a law that's ambiguous, then there is deference given to the 3-letter agencies whose job is to enforce that policy. However, where this institutes, these bans institute criminal penalties, there's no deference allowed for that. We, the people who these criminal statutes are supposed to be affecting, we're the ones who get the deference. The DOJ is taking one on the chin right now. Do they file at the lower court? We'll wait and see. Could have already happened by the time I sat down and filmed this, to be honest with you. It's Monday morning. Could have happened at the open of business. But we'll see. I'll keep my eyes and ears open. There's a lot of stuff happening, guys and gals, here in our community where lawsuits are progressing, and I truly believe that we're gonna win a vast majority of these bans that have been upheld, whether it's an assault weapon ban, a magazine ban, ammunition background checks, all the things that have been infringing upon us that we all know. If you can read English and you read the Bruin decision, it's plain to read in there. It says text, history, tradition. The plain text doesn't have anything about bans in it. The history and the tradition of gun control in our country at the time of the adoption of the Second Amendment didn't have any of this stuff. which is why a lot of these things are falling and will continue to fall. So if you want to stay in the loop, then subscribe to the channel. I will keep you in that loop, and until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. But if you want a slidey piece of plastic in Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, they're back on the shelves in some stores. Now's your opportunity. It could be like Freedom Week of slidey things. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.